Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video. Today we're taking on, basically it's like a new secret quest that they added into the game. So this is part of the, I think this is still kind of part of their April Fool's thing. So this is part of the whatever. So after you beat the Shinryu, they open up this whatever question mark fight. And basically this is kind of like a new difficulty. I would call it like a Shinryu Plus, or it's like a Shinryu Lufenia hybrid. It's the same fight, but there's an orb and there's some restrictions that make it really hard, right? So this is the team I ended up beating it with. Now I did not record that run. I made a post on my channel about it, but I'm going to do a recording of the run so you guys can see how it all goes down. So my team comp here is Tifa, Sarah, and Seven. So let's go ahead and hop in. The fight makes it very hard to run force chargers. You can't just spam with Pinello or anything like that here because part of the orb condition is you have to do like melee damage, and you have to attack a broken target. But the thing is they actually punish you for doing instant turn. You take an extra -2 on the orb if you do instant turn, and then when you take a player turn, it's -2. So you do -4 on the orb if you do an instant turn without dealing damage. It's really rough. So they really penalize you for that, right? So what I'm going to do with Sarah is I am going to start with the LD. The other thing that is kind of painful here is when their force gauge hits 60%, the ad starts taking instant turns, and the boss cannot take damage outside of force damage. And then the ad will take instant turns and heal itself. So you basically really need to get the force time quick so that you can do force damage and like start hitting the boss again. And then you'll kill the ad really fast once you get your force damage going. So don't get discouraged if you start building up and then all of a sudden you're doing zeros. You just got to fight through that. Get to your force time, and then if you have big damage, you can just beat through it at that point. And that's really what you got to do. I am going to want Raijin on. I don't know if I want it on yet. I want to get a little bit deeper. But the reason why 7 is actually pretty good here is her Bondage Whip. It's off turn, and it is melee damage. So what it does is it helps keep the orb in check. So we're going to pop this here. And so what's going to happen is that off turn is going to help me keep that orb ticked up. You can see now we ticked it up a lot there from the off turn, which is really good. So like Tifa here, like we can use Battle Cry, but watch, the orb is going to actually go down from this, even though we're doing damage that we want to. It's because we did an instant turn attack. We get punished for that, so you really can't do that right now. But we will with Tifa hit up Meteor Crusher. And so since I can't really run a force charger, my goal here is just to basically do my normal attacks, try to stay just ahead of the enemy's force. And another strategy I did here is you actually use the summon, or what I did was I used the summon before my force time to help me finish building up my force gauge without theirs going up, right? With Sarah now, I think I am, like right away, I'm just going to go into Sarah's BT effect just to get that up. This definitely will last plenty long enough. Tifa's BT effect, I'm actually going to wait till we're basically in force time to hit that. Or like the turn before I'm going to... No, I think I'll actually hit force first and actually use a force turn using her BT attack is what I'll do, just to make sure I can maximize on that. Okay, so then here... Tifa. I actually kind of want an instant turn here. We will. We're going to full throttle. So we can... Oh, that's right. They can't be broken back anyways. Doesn't matter. And I'm just getting punished for it, so yeah. And then we will beat rush, that's fine. I could have battle cried there, but the orb will get out of hand if you do too many battle cries here, right? You got to be really careful about that. Alright, so we'll let the enemy take their attack. I think pretty soon, what I'm going to do is I've gotten a Meditelian, which actually is very nice for this. I think I'm going to a Meditelian, and then I'm going to Raijin, and then I'm going to try to just ride all the way to force time from there. So let's see here. Raijin is here. Let's go ahead and pop Raijin on. And getting Raijin on first is good, because the Meditelian is going to do a bunch of debuffs. So Raijin does give them a bunch of Brave, because it is an element that they absorb, but that's okay. Then we will... sure, let's Snakebite here. Okay. And Bondage Whip took the ad down. That's fine. Tifa, we're definitely not ready to do anything too crazy here yet. In Tifa, we got to make sure we use Tifa's Rains Call too. Right before we're gonna go into her burst phase is what we're gonna pop that. Sure, let's Dolphin Blow. Sure. The nice thing is the boss is not immune to launching. Launching really helps in this fight. I do think like Rains could probably do pretty well in this fight, and obviously Squall I think will do well here too. it just kind of showcases Tifa a little bit better because it is pretty much a single target fight, right? I talked about that in my last video. So let's see here. This is Raijin. Okay, so what we're going to do is, I think, yeah, I'm just going to keep snake biting here. I don't want to use Elemental Lash because that has elements that he will absorb. So we'll just do that. Now, what we're going to do here is we are going to Mid-Italian and wipe turns. Okay, now the ad is going to start stealing turns. So this is where it gets a little bit nasty. So, and what's going to happen is now the boss can't be damaged other than force attacks. So what I'm going to do at this point is I think I am just going to go into Bahamut. I'm just going to roll right into that. And you'll see the boss actually takes damage from Bahamut, which is weird because it said only from force abilities, but other things won't do damage. So now what we're going to do is we are going to focus damage on the ad. Sarah, we've already got BT effect up. Nothing else. Yeah, we'll just Ultimate Arrow here. So Bahamut Summon is giving us the free EX attacks, which we'll take that. So we want to get this ad dead so that we can go into like our force stuff and then like not have the boss negating damage, right? So we're just going to 100% go hard on the ad. So I just want to make sure my Bondage Whip buff is good. Yeah, still at 6 turns. That's good. But Bondage Whip putting in good work here, right? Because like right here, even if I'm not attacking the boss, the off turn is going to still help me keep the orb up kept, which is really nice. All right, so yeah, we want to get this ad out of here. Okay, and then obviously we're building our own gauge, and now we're gaining on the enemies, right? We were really close on gauges. Now mine's up to 81, and theirs isn't increasing, right? This is a tempting spot. Well, we can't use the BT anyways. I think we'll just Dolphin Blow, and maybe we'll have enough here to take out the ad. I think so. I think so with the launch damage. There we go. Yep, so the ad is dead. So now we can start damaging the boss again. Yep. All right, and then we want to try to get into Tifa's force and burst and all that as quickly as we can here. The boss will probably get another ad off that we'll have to kill, but that's okay. It'll go really fast once we get actual force times going. We haven't done wound yet. Let's do that. We'll take the Link Reunion damage for sure. All right. Ooh, Gauge is almost there, actually. So Tifa, what I actually could do here is I might be able to just Battle Cry in. I think I'm going to do that. Let's Battle Cry in. And then that should hopefully give us the 2% we need. Oh, are we seriously 0.1 off? 0.1. Okay. Well, let's do the AA then. That should finish us off here. All right, now we're going to hop into Force. And then we're going to start just echoing and going crazy is what we're going to do. So yeah, we will Force. I'm not going to use Reigns yet, so let's Force. And then Tifa's next turn will do her BT, while the other two echo. And then we'll kind of go from there. Okay. Because what happens is even if he resummons the ad, like we can one-shot it once we get into, decent force here. All right, so now we're going to start echoing. Make sure Bondage Whip should still be good, right? Let me just double check. Yep, still at 5. All right, yep, let's start echoing and going crazy. I just got to remember to put Reigns on because that launching is going to be really huge. And then this should hopefully be like a one-hitter quitter force and we can take them out, right? So there's just, this version of the fight, there's just a little bit more nuance to getting to the force. But once you get there, it's pretty straightforward, right? We're going to just keep echoing now, keep our force gauge very high. All right, and then Tifa's going to BT here. And then the enemy will actually get a turn, but they shouldn't do anything too devastating. Okay. Good damage, good damage. Yep. All right, so Tifa's going to BT here. Final Heaven. All right, now Tifa's going to be popping off after this, right? So my goal is on basically Tifa's first turn where it's turn 8. I'm going to use Reigns and then go Burst Phase. I think that's the plan. We'll see. I might do it a little bit earlier, but I think that's going to be the plan. We just got to make sure that we get that ad dead when he brings it back. All right. He might do it when he hits his gauge here because he's going to get his recast up. Okay, might not be till he actually gets a turn. So this might actually work out. We might be able to do this without another ad. Because what I'm going to do, yeah, we're just going to echo again. We've already used summon, right? So I might just stall a turn and go into her burst like right now is probably what I'll do. That way he won't get another ad up. So yep, so we're just going to echo again. So like I could do another echo with Tifa, right? And then let her turn come up again. But the boss is going to bring the ad back and that's going to kind of stall out a little bit. I think I'm just going to be a little bit more aggressive here. I think. So we've got that. Okay, so right now if I did Reigns, that would put us at 8. And our gauge is already pretty dang high. So this seems kind of crazy, but what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to Battle Cry to put us to 8, use Reigns Call to put us to 7, and then go into Burst Phase. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to Battle Cry and go down to 8. Take some extra damage. It'll still do the gauge. Still give us some good HP. We're getting double follow-ups. Yep. Yes, sir. 15 mil. We'll take those. And then the Bondage Whip's popping off all along the way. Now we're going to Reigns Call. And we will bring up Sarah. That's fine. And this Reigns Call, by the way, is going to deal pretty good damage. Reigns is no slouch over here. I do think Reigns would actually be very good on this fight. His only flaw is he doesn't have Echo, right? Alright, so yeah, about 10 mil. We'll take that from a call attack. Yep, and now we're going to go Tifa Burst and go crazy. And I think we got this. I think we do. So yeah, let's Burst Phase with Tifa. And now we just do crazy double follow-up attacks and go insane. I'm going to open with Dolphin Blow, I think. And this would have launched anyways, but yeah, we got Reigns for launch on everything else. And now the damage is to the moon, and it's basically going to be like my other Shinryu run. I think this guy's HP is about the same. It's just you're dealing with all the extra mechanics in this version. Yeah, 600k. Like, the Bondage Whip damage definitely adds up. It doesn't seem very heavy, but it adds up. And the fact that it helps upkeep the orb is just so good, right? Let's Meteor Crusher. I want to get the gauge to, like, full 9s before I pop the FR attack. God, Tifa's damage is so good. It is so heavy. Her damage is so heavy, it's just crazy. This is actually a cleaner version than the one I did off camera. I think as long as we kill him here, this is going to be a very clean run. Very nicely done, clean run is what I'm thinking here. So let's full throttle. Okay, and launch away. Because in my off-camera run, I actually messed up and forgot to put Reigns Call on, so I did this without launching. 35 mil, by the way. Just another day at the office for Tifa. 35 mil launch. All right. So next, I think I'm going to Beat Rush, because that's going to be pretty big damage. Burst effect still at 4 turns, so yeah, we'll have that all the way through. Yeah, just these double follow-ups are so heavy, it's crazy. Yep. And then we're getting the Bondage Whips attacks off turn. So yeah, still doing like 700k per Bondage Whip. That's definitely good enough damage. And then we're at full 9, so sure, let's pop the FR attack. This should be like the 70 mil shot, right? Now, I don't have Warrior of Light's BT effect up like I did in the other video, so let's see how much damage this does. This is with 7 instead, but we've got off turn tailing at the end of this. Okay. Damage and damage. Let's see, how much is this? This is going to be the big hit. 69 mil, still pretty good. And then we get the little bit of off turn with it. So Warrior of Light's auras definitely make a difference there. But you know what? I think we're going to get this sucker just in time. This is pretty well timed. Let's Beat Rush again. Actually, I probably should have done Battle Cry. I might have to refresh those buffs. But yeah, I think we got it. Because if this doesn't finish it, the BT attack will. Dude, super clean run here. For this, very difficult fight. This is not easy. This is me after trying it a couple times and really figuring out the fight. But we definitely got it. So hopefully this helps you guys figure out the fight. Now, I would not stress about this one. I'm pretty sure there's literally like no rewards for this. There was no missions for it. I'm pretty sure I didn't even get like 100 gems for clearing it. I might have skipped it. But yeah, this is just kind of like a for fun. And there we are, about 300 mil again, like in the other video. We did 291 right there. Taking out the new question mark fight, the random whatever fight here, the Shinryu Plus, I think we'll call it. It's a Shinryu Lufenia hybrid. But anyways, guys, let me know if you got this one done, what kind of team builds you used. I thought this was fun. I got to break out 7 again, try some different strategies. It wasn't something you could just walk in there with Pinello, right? This is a very anti-Pinello fight, so it's kind of fun to use some different characters. So let me know if this helped you all out. Thanks for watching. We'll catch y'all on the next one.